Hello everyone, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Current Ka Affairs. Today we'll be discussing these four topics from The Hindu. The first one is Australia UK US agreement. The second will be on same-sex marriages. Then we'll discuss Tamil Nadu's initiative to curb TB death. And last we'll discuss about millets and issues related to it. First news is related to this trilateral agreement. The news is the leaders of US, UK and Australia met at San Diego, California to unveil AU-KUS agreement. तो ये agreement है क्या? It is not something new. It was announced in September 2021 and it is a trilateral agreement and a security agreement between Australia, UK and US. Okay, and it aims to enhance cooperation between these three countries in areas like defense, technology, and cyber security. So, how it will help Australia? So, it will be able to acquire nuclear powered submarine with the help of Australia and UK. Right now इनके पास जो submarine and boats है there those are electric powered, but जो nuclear powered है they have an added advantage like वो ज़्यादा travel कर सकते हैं at a greater distance. ठीक है, they can stay underwater for a longer duration. Okay, then उनकी जो stealth quality है that will be prolonged. So these are some of the added advantage that these nuclear powered submarine can provide it to Australia. Then how it will benefit US and UK is then they would be able to employ Australian personals in their navy or their military. Also, they will have more engagement in Indo-Pacific region. So Indo-Pacific region is the center of attraction these days, and everybody wants to have their presence felt in this area. Everybody wants to have a say in this region. So then the last point is Dragon in Pacific. So it is related to China, the rising China, the assertive China. So US have a very competitive relationship with China, and through this agreement, US wants to counter counter it. And ये इस agreement में you will find a personal sharing, training of these personals. Then there is a nuclear powered submarines. So there is one SSN AUKUS. ठीक है, so it is a nuclear powered submarine which will be based on British design and will be using an American technology, and it will be deployed in Australia. So you know how these three countries are engaging together. Then it will also influence foreign policy, just like Ukrainian threat is going on and the China's assertion. So these also to influence these countries to have their own agreement. We'll discuss certain criticisms, even though it basically focus on enhancing security and cooperation between these three countries. There are certain potential risks and challenges that is associated with this agreement. So first is heightened tension with China. तो कुछ लोग then it might lead to arm race. So इसमें Australia is trying to acquire nuclear powered submarines, and right now it is a non-nuclear country, but because of this agreement now it will also have a nuclear powered submarine. So this will also uh, raise concern over arm race. Then there is a concern of transfer of sensitive nuclear technology to Australia, and this will lead to nuclear non-proliferation in Indo-Pacific region. Then it will also impact on regional stability, like ये जो countries है, छोटे छोटे countries है in Indo-Pacific, they are little bit discomforted with this agreement. And then also there is an issue of finance and commitment of successive administration in Australia. Like right now, a huge amount of money will be deployed here, and that will be over 4 years or 5 years. India's viewpoint. So, in it will strengthen Quad. So Quad is an agreement between US, India, Japan and Australia. So ये सारी countries भी in and around Indo-Pacific region के ही आसपास है. So and this agreement is quite complementary to each other. So it is anyways it will benefit India, then it will enhance regional security. So these countries जो इस agreement AUKUS के agreement में है, they are pro Indians or we have better relation with these country. So having them in our region will obviously enhance our security, and it will also help counter China's China's assertion or China's influence in uh, Indian Ocean. Then technology sharing will also benefit India. Then major तो ये है that India is a voice of global South. It, India has been very assertive, and India has been raising its voice at very many international forum. So it must do what is needed to preserve the harmony of this region. The next news that needs to be discussed is what is India's stand on same-sex marriages. So इसका पहले बैकग्राउंड समझते हैं that 2018 में जो जजमेंट आया था, ठीक है, उसमें they have decriminalized same-sex relationships. Okay, जो LGBTQ है they can have relationship with same-sex person, and this was earlier it was criminalized under section 377, but now it has been decriminalized. फिर क्या हुआ, it is like work half done. Okay, without some other legal benefits this is meaningless. So बहुत सारे couples they petition before high courts here and there. फिर बाद में apex court, supreme court have transferred all those petitions before itself, and now it has been referred to constitution bench. ओके, एंड इनका जो पिटिशन जो ये कपल्स लोग पिटिशन फाइल कर रहे हैं दैट इज कि उनका जो दे आर डिमांडिंग दैट दे मस्ट हैव राइट टू मैरी द पर्सन, एंड उनका जो मैरिज है दैट शुड बी लीगलाइज्ड अंडर स्पेशल मैरिज एक्ट ऑफ 1954. ओके, सो दिस वाज द इशू, और अभी ये न्यूज़ में इसलिए है बिकॉज दिस एपेक्स कोर्ट have transferred to itself all the cases, and now it has referred those petition to a constitution bench. Now constitution bench 5 judge bench है, and ये लोग डिस्कस करेंगे and final agreement will be seen on April 18. Okay, so a huge discussion has been going on regarding this issue, that is whether to legalize it or not. So some points to which are in favor of the same-sex marriages is, first is right to marry. They have right to marry under Article 21, and the Supreme Court, the highest judiciary of our country, have recognized it, that every person has a choice to have a relationship with the person whoever he wants or she wants. Then right to marry will give a social sanction. See, marriage is a institution. Okay, without legalization they will not be recognized as a married couple, और जो married couple के जो भी benefits है, जो भी rights है, they will not be given to them. Okay, the rights of married couple, like right to adopt. Okay, right to inheritance, surrogacy, adoption, tax benefits. अगर एक पार्टनर डिवोर्स देता है तब क्या करेंगे, अगर कोई एक पार्टनर मर जाएगा तब क्या करेंगे, ठीक है, द compensation and everything has to be recognized. If you have given them right to love anybody, but then you have to give them the right to marry also, and afterwards you have to recognize their needs also as a couple, as a married couple. Then then it will not harm heterosexual marriages. Some have criticized that it might influence, it will threaten the present institution, the present form of heterosexual marriages, but it is very meaningless and not very a strong point. And then love and commitment comes in different form. As we are progressing, as we are growing, we have to recognize these new forms of marriages or commitment that human being feel for the other person. Then certain points which is against this is heteronormative understanding of marriages. Basically, like marriages is an institution where is a union of two-person, and two-person is men and women. So this is the definition of marriage that is socially and culturally ingrained in our society. But this same-sex marriages is totally, it's very revolting for many of us. Okay, then the purpose of marriage is also to procreate, which will not be happening in this marriages. Then they say it's very unnatural and and very foreign to us. This is also not very valid because we have बहुत सारे monuments and literature में there is a reference of same sex relationships, so it's not very foreign. Then legality, how will you recognize it? What are the laws? Is there any law right now from by which we can recognize it? Then parenting का issue बोल रहे हैं that if even if they adopt, even if they have a surrogate mother, they have a child through surrogacy, what about their parenting? एक बच्चे को माँ और पापा दोनों का ही इन्फ्लुएंस होना चाहिए उस पे. By this we are depriving them of either mother or father. And then they are also saying that it is a very slippery slope. एक चीज को रिकॉग्नाइज करने के बाद some other and more different kind of issues erupts, and you know एक problem create होता है. But somehow we, even if certain issues comes up, we have to recognize them as well, or we have to come out of them together as well. Okay, so um, अगर ऐसा देखा जाए तो इट्स एन obvious step after 2018 judgment. Obviously, आपने उनको legalize किया है that they can have a relationship, then it is a very necessary step to recognize that they can marry also, and change can be strengthened by legislature. So basically now they have given it to constitution bench, and it's more likely it's up to central government to recognize it, to give the legal sanction to it. So if you see pregnancy termination wala jo ek news tha, that that apex court has legal have recognized that after 21 week also you can go for abortion if you're a single woman. But somehow अभी वो law नहीं बना है, तो many of those women are being um, forced to, like those women are not able to get their abortion done because of that. And there is a need to change the special marriage act, इसी में इनको recognize करना है. And then it will also avoid judicial intervention. So right now these two, that's judiciary and center, are at loghead, that दोनों के ही जो इशू, दोनों के ही जो ओपिनियन है काफी क्लैशिंग है इस चीज को लेके, इस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक को लेके. बट somehow now we'll see कि how they will navigate through these differences. Now, the third news that needs to be discussed is Tamil Nadu's novel initiative results in reduced TB death. So basically, Tamil Nadu का एक initiative है TNKET, okay, Tamil Nadu Kasnoi Irapila Thittam, Okay, it translates to TB death free project. Okay, TB death free project ये एक initiative है that began in last year April 2022 in 2500 odd public healthcare facilities, और उन लोगों ने डायग्नोसिस किया ट्यूबरक्लोसिस को, एंड नॉट ओनली डायग्नोज, दे वर एबल टू रिड्यूस इट टू ऑलमोस्ट हाफ, जो भी हम देखेंगे उनके जो डेटा में। सो बेसिकली इसमें होता क्या है, दे हैव डिफरेंशिएटेड टीबी केयर। ओके, वो एक सेइंग है ना, दैट वन शू डजंट फिट ऑल, सो दे हैवंट, जो भी उनका इनिशियल, दे हैवंट यूनिवर्सलाइज्ड इट। ओके, जिस पेशेंट के जैसे नीड्स है अकॉर्डिंगली दे हैव मेड प्लान्स. So they have classified patient as like somebody who has a very severe undernutrition, okay, somebody who has a respiratory insufficiency, or somebody who has inability to stand without support. Okay, so they have classified patients like that, and because of this classification now they can have a quick assessment, quick identification. उन लोगों ने पहले से ही इनको सेग्रीगेट करके रखा है, किसको किस टाइम पे हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट करना है, किसके लिए एकदम एम्बुलेटरी केयर रहना चाहिए। ओके, सो एवरीथिंग इज सो स्ट्रीमलाइंड दैट उनका डायग्नोसिस, उनका एडमिशन टू हॉस्पिटल, ओके, और उनका जो भी उनका जो भी उनका पूरा असेसमेंट है, दैट इज done beforehand. So because of this, they were able to reduce TB death that was 600 in April 2022 was reduced to 350 by December 2022. So you know about 30 to 40% of TB death can be prevented by this initiative. And there is called tri-aging based, this tri-aging based on naked. So how they're doing their assessment, so they are doing naked eye in observation. Okay, then measurement of oxygen saturation, okay, which was kind of very much disturbed during pandemic. And so these are certain types of diagnosis that is being done to determine कितना threatened एक patient है, and they were able to do 80% of the patients का ये ट्राई एजिंग assessment कर पाए। ठीक है, then 80% of the assessment and 80% confirmation of severe illness. Okay, then there is a challenge associated to it, that is the patient that were admitted to a hospital. Okay, there is a limitation to it, they can only stay, they were able to arrange, उन लोगों ने इतना अरेंज किया, they were the patient जिसको बहुत ज़्यादा critically need है एक हॉस्पिटल में रहने का, they were able to keep the patient for 5 days for at least, because there were many patients. So they are trying कि ये जो stay है they can increase it to 7 days. So इसमें they have a help of um, various of doctors, government officials, okay, and these nurses. So with सबका एक cooperation से I think they will be able to do it. Last news for today is millet can be solution for food and nutritional crisis. Modi ji. So PM Modi inaugurated Global Millet Conference in New Delhi, and it called it solution for problem of food and nutritional security. And this year budget also, it was heavily discussed, and it is now called as Shri Anna. Okay, it is referred as Shri Anna in budget 2023. And this year 2023 is also recognized as International Year of Millets. तो बहुत सारे न्यूज़, बहुत सारा डिस्कशन इस मिलेट के अराउंड हो रहा है, basically because it is a superfood, and it is a solution to many of the problems that is being faced by farmers, by agriculture economy today. So about millets, we'll see it is a small seeded grams cultivated as grain crops in dry areas of tropical and temperate region. And India में it's like 12 to 13 स्टेट में ये ग्रो होता है. गुजरात, राजस्थान, महाराष्ट्र, okay, कर्नाटका, तमिलनाडु, आंध्र प्रदेश, तेलंगाना. So in around 12 to 13 स्टेट में ये ग्रो करता है and India is the largest producer of millets. Then it is nutritionally very superior. It is high in protein, vitamin, fibers, especially जो रागी होता है that is very rich in calcium. Okay, so these are some of the most nutritional superfoods right now. Then these are less expensive. ये काफी water friendly भी है and it can be grown with very less water assistance and it can be grown in not very fertile area also. ठीक है, तो इसे ग्रो करना ज़्यादा मुश्किल नहीं है और काफ़ी safe है for farmers. Then it has low glycemic index. So basically इसमें ये है that it low glycemic index मतलब होता है इस फूड में इसको इसके फूड को खाने से जो शुगर लेवल है उसमें जो चढ़ावट और गिरावट है वो काफ़ी कम रहता है. सो जो शुगर पेशेंट है, डायबिटीज़ के पेशेंट है, फॉर देम इट इज़ वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट फूड. Then it is resistant to climate change and these are also drought resistant. So ये राजस्थान के एरिया में या गुजरात के एरिया में they are being they are being encouraged in farmers community. Okay, then it has low carbon and water footprints also. It will इसके यूजफुल क्या है that it will help in farmers income. ठीक है, ये काफ़ी सेफ है एंड अगर farmers को इसको उगाने के लिए बोला जाएगा तो they will have a safe income also in their hands. Then it will also help in nutritional security. ठीक है, we are some of the most undernourished people in the entire world and this is one of the main this will come handy in curbing that problem. Then it will facilitate the Adivasi community. They can be encouraged to cultivate this. Then this is chemical free farming. तो हम लोग एक ज़ीरो केमिकल फार्मिंग की तरफ भी बढ़ रहे हैं तो ये उसको काफ़ी ज़्यादा कॉम्प्लीमेंट करेगा. दिस विल ऑल्सो हेल्प फाइटिंग क्लाइमेट चेंज क्योंकि इसका जो कार्बन फुटप्रिंट है दैट इज़ ऑल्सो वेरी लेस. देन इट हैज़ several health benefits too. So these are some of the important importance or significance of millets.